Hello and welcome to Threefold Herbal Healing. My name is Leosada and I am the herbalist. Today I'm going to speak about the bitter truth. It's part 3 of March 2024 topic Detox. So the bitter truth. And to start, I wanted to introduce you to King Mithridates. He ruled a small kingdom in what now we call Anatolia. It's part of Turkey on the shores of the Black Sea. And he ruled there about the year 135 before Christ. So about 2020 years ago, I guess. Yeah. And King Mithridates, a sneaky king, became a king after he poisoned all his extended family, his mother and his brothers. So he was pretty terrified and obsessed with the idea that somebody will poison him. And he had a thought that while taking poison in large amount will poison you, the same toxic compounds, if you take them in really minute amounts, they actually might increase your body resilience to poisons and protect you from poisoning. So the king went about to create a formula that will protect him from poisoning. He collected his herbalist and they went on the hills of his kingdom and collected herbs that were toxic. And all those herbs were bitter herbs. So he collected those herbs and he created optimal formula for protecting himself from toxins that actually kind of increase the body resilience to poisoning. And he took that formula every day. And it worked. Well, what happened was that eventually the Roman Empire invaded his country, his kingdom, and the king decided that he'd rather die than surrender to the invaders. And he tried to take a toxic potion, a poison, to end his life, but it didn't work because his body was so primed to eliminate those toxins that it didn't die. And he had to ask one of his soldiers to kill him with his sword. So that was a very ironic end for King Mithridates. So what really are bitters and how are they working? How do they work? So the bitter herb taste is generated by compounds, usually derived from plants that are developed by the plants in order to protect the plants. The plants actually are sending you a message that this compound, that eating them, munching on them, will be poisonous for you. So you better avoid them, or if you munch on them, you better do it in really small amounts. So it's actually a protective mechanism of the plant. And we learned that that we want to eat them only in small amounts or avoid them totally. Depends on which one. We know that humans were consuming bitters even way before we consider them to be humans, before culture, before agriculture, before. We know that our forefathers, the Neanderthal, consumed bitters because archaeologists found yarrow and chamomile residue on their teeth. So even they understood the importance of bitters. Smart people they were. So how does bitter work? How does the bitters work in the body? They stimulate digestive secretion from the saliva in your mouth to acid in your stomach, to the bile from the liver to other enzyme in your small intestines, pancreas, and gallbladder. In the mouse, bitter promotes salivation, and by doing that, they start the breakdown of starches and fats, because that's mainly what breaks down in the mouth. There are in the mouth about 25 different receptors for bitters, and each type of receptors have hundreds of thousands or millions or whatever big number of that type of receptors. So there are a lot of receptors for bitter taste in the mouth. And when those receptors are activated, they send signals to the brain and to the entire digestive system that is like a huge neon light that says, alert, 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 toxins are coming. You better start preparing because we want this compound out of our body as soon as possible. So the whatever you took in go into your stomach, and the bitters there stimulate production of gastrin, leading to more gastric acids. And we know that more gastric acid help mineral absorption. So if you don't eat enough bitters or you don't have enough gastric acids, you will not absorb the minerals from your food. And they are very important for all hormonal and nerve, all chemical processes in the body. Bitters also increase production of pepsin that help breaks down vitamin B and help. Then they will then be absorbed in the intestines. But if they are not broken down from the food, you can absorb them. So bitters are important for vitamin B absorption. And we know that people with low stomach acid usually have problem with low vitamin D. Bitters can help you if you have a GERD symptoms, because a lot of people believe that GERD symptoms come because of too much stomach acid, but actually most people that have GERD have too little stomach acid, and because bitters stimulate acid productions, they can help with that. In the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas, bitters normalize blood sugar and increase the release of bile and pancreatic enzymes. What does it mean? Healthy bile productions means less gallbladder. That's one thing. Healthy bile also emulsify fat and help you break down the fat better so you can absorb it better. Yeah, and it's also healthy bile help with mucus production and the protection of the small intestines from, the traction of the food and particles of whatever is going through the small intestines. So that's important too. All of it together, what happens is that bitter restores appetite, reduce the sweet tooth and the salty tooth, so food craving, and aid with weight loss, just because it's improve digestion and absorption all the way through. Modern life, we excluded bitters from our diet. We don't have that many foods that are bitter. I could think about chocolate, coffee, and beer probably are the bitter that most people use, but all of them had side effect. We don't use bitters in the same way that our forefathers, the Neanderthal, did. Really before every meal or as part as every meal to increase digestive enzymes. At the same time, modern life also increase our exposure to toxic. We have toxicity in our home with the stuff that we use to clean our house. We have toxicity in the cosmetic. We have toxicity in the food that we have, and we have toxicity in the workplaces. So on the one hand, we don't use any more bitters that were the one that really helped our body process toxins. And on the other hand, we increase toxicity. So there is a real imbalance there. The bitter truth is that the body needs bitters every day. It's not something that detox is not something that you do once a year for 10 days, 6 weeks, whatever. The body needs bitters every day in order to just do it by itself. And supporting the body doing it by itself, that's what a real detox is. So in Detox is a Lifestyle, I will teach how you can help your body detox every day, not just, 1 day a week or 1 month a year, but how to support your body innate ability to detox by supporting the 4 organs that eliminate toxins from the body. And I'm talking about the liver, the lymph, the skin, and the kidneys. The lungs actually have a role too, but it's really a small one. But those are the big ones. And I'm going to talk there about how to support those for all organs for an optimal detox. So this is it for today. I hope you find it beneficial. I would love it if you say in the comment what you think, if you had questions, if there is a topic that you want me to talk about. It really will be beneficial for me to hear from you. So thank you for watching and have a good week. See you next week. I think next week is the last time that I'm talking about detox. See you.